The most avoidable deaths of all time.
Death by a lava lamp explosion.
Wait.
Philip Quinn. Death by a lava lamp explosion. In
Lava lamp
2004,
explosion. These bitches explode?
24-year-old Philip Quinn from Washington State.
Oh, like, yo, welcome to the stream. We doing some reacts, lock in. The most avoidable deaths of all time.
Philip Quinn. Death by a lava lamp explosion. In 2004, 24-year-old Philip Quinn from Washington State was at home, watching his lava lamp do its thing. But apparently it wasn't doing its thing fast
Bro, so he was just sitting and watching his lava lamp? Who the fuck does that?
enough for his liking. Instead of waiting patiently, Quinn had an idea that no scientist would ever approve of. He put the lava lamp...
No, this guy gotta be stupid, bro. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I know this might sound mean, like, okay, he died and all that, but yo, who the fuck actually does that?
directly on the stove to speed up the process. Physics had other plans. As the liquid inside overheated, the pressure built up until the lamp violently exploded. A glass shard shot across the room with enough force to pierce his chest, striking him in the heart. Quinn collapsed and died almost instantly. When police arrived, they found the shattered remains of the lamp, and presumably a cautionary tale about why household items come with warning labels. For the record, lava lamps already have a safety warning that...
Do not put in stove might explode. Wait, there is no way they have this note on a lava lamp. Like, they actually expect people to do this. It's not like weird or anything. Like, they expected people to do this shit.
explicitly states, do not heat this on a stove. A piece of advice that, if followed, probably would have saved his life. David Grunman,
Crazy.
death by cactus revenge. On February 4th, 1982, 27-year-old David Grunman was out in the Arizona desert, armed with a shotgun and a questionable sense of judgment. He and his roommate had gone shooting, but instead of aiming at targets, David decided to take on Mother Nature herself by blasting away at a massive saguaro cacti. At first, things went as expected. He fired at a small cactus, watching it collapse in defeat. Encouraged by his...
Okay, at least I see that this is not stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people like to have fun. Like, if I was a kid, I would do that. I can't lie. If I was a kid and I had a shotgun, I'm doing that shit. I can't lie. It's fun.
success, he set his sights on a much larger 26-foot saguaro and unloaded his shotgun into it.
26 foot?
And that's when karma struck back. A massive 4-foot arm of the cactus broke off and fell directly on top of him. The weight of the spiny limb crushed him instantly, ending his cactus shooting career permanently. David...
This is actually crazy. Bro, imagine dying to a cactus, bro. Like, the last moment before you die, you just saw a cactus falling in your face. Like, that was the last moment before you died, bro. This is insane.
was declared dead at the scene. Locals call it cactus karma, a brutal reminder that desert plants have survived for thousands of years, and they don't take kindly to being shot at. This could have been avoided if David had just picked a different hobby, maybe fishing, or literally anything that doesn't involve shooting at 500 pounds.
Chat, what the fuck is that? That isn't a fishing rod. That is not a fishing rod. Call me stupid, but that is not a fishing rod. That's not where you place a fishing rod, bro. Bro does not know what a fishing rod is, bro. This looks like a dick, bro. That's what it looks like. I can't lie, chat. This looks like a dick. Look where it's placed. It's not placed on the side. It's not placed on the bottom. It's not placed. It's like literally on his dick.
Plants. Hans Steininger. Death by beard entanglement.
Beard entang... Yo. This guy must have had a long ass beard. If he's gonna like... He must have had like a long ass beard. Like really long.
Hans Steininger was a well-respected mayor in 16th century Austria, known for his wisdom, leadership, and an absolutely massive beard. At 4.5
Holy
feet long, it
shit,
was less of a facial
4.5.
feature and more of an accessory, one that he usually rolled up and tucked into his pocket like a Renaissance-era fashion statement. But one day, during a sudden fire in town, Steininger
His beard caught on fire?
forgot to tuck in his beard before running to help. As he hurried down a flight of stairs, he stepped on it, tripped, and fell headfirst, breaking his neck. Yes, this man was literally taken down by his own beard. If there's any lesson to take from this, It's that at a certain length, a beard stops being stylish and starts being a tripwire. Elena Struthers Gardner, impaled by metal straw. Reusable straws are supposed to save the environment, but this one didn't even save a single person. In November...
Yeah, but I understand this, because a metal straw is dangerous, you know what I mean? A metal straw is dangerous, because, like, what the fuck? It's metal. Like, if anything, this shit can literally go through your mouth and kill you, bro.
November 2019, in Broadstone, England, 60-year-old Lena Struthers Gardner, a retired jockey with mobility issues, was at home sipping from a mason jar with a built-in stainless steel straw. But as she walked through the kitchen, she suddenly lost her footing and fell. The metal straw, held firmly in place by the lid...
Okay, this is even painful to watch, bro. Imagine a metal straw going all the way through your eyeballs. Chat, this is crazy. The thing is, I always do that too. I always walk and, like, I hold stuff in my mouth. Like, I would hold a fork, I would hold a knife, I would hold anything like this, like a spoon. I would literally hold anything in my mouth and use it as a hand. So, like, imagine if I actually trip and this happens to me. Crazy, bro.
Did not budge. Instead, it impaled her left eye, driving straight into her brain. Her wife, Mandy, rushed in after hearing the sound of her collapse, only to find Lena making strange, gurgling noises. Emergency responders rushed her to the hospital, but the injury was too severe, and she passed away the next day. Doctors later noted that if the straw hadn't been held rigidly in place by the lid, it might have moved or bent upon impact. But because it was locked in, it turned into a miniature javelin waiting for an unfortunate victim. This tragedy sparked safety discussions around metal straws, because as it turns out, sharp, movable metal spikes near your face can in fact be dangerous. Who could have seen that coming? Jennifer Strange, overdosing on water.
Overdosing on water? How is that possible, bro? I didn't think that is even possible. I did not think that is even possible, bro. Like, how could you overdose on water? I'm so confused, chat.
January 12, 2007, 28-year-old Jennifer Strange from Sacramento, California, set out to win a Nintendo Wii for her kids. The contest, called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, was simple.
She drank water to win a Wii for her kid and she died? Bro, this is sad. This is actually sad, bro. Okay, this is not stupid. Like, okay, it might be a little bit stupid, but it's not her fault, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm not that late. Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Moon Knight.
Drink as much water as possible without urinating. Contestants kept chugging water, with the last person standing winning the console. At first, Jennifer laughed along with the hosts, but as she kept drinking, she started to feel lightheaded and nauseous. Eventually, she left, telling coworkers she had a terrible headache and was going home. A few hours later, she was found dead in her bathroom. By drinking too much water too quickly, Jennifer had diluted the sodium in her blood, causing her brain to swell dangerously.
Yeah, but how? Like, how much water do you need to drink in order to die from water? That is crazy. Like, did she drink that much water? Like, what, a gallon? 2 gallons? 3 gallons? Like, what? How much water did she drink?
Essentially, her body drowned itself from the inside out, and she didn't even win the Wii. After her death, her family sued the radio station, which had ignored warnings from medical professionals about the risks of excessive water consumption. The case ended with a $16 million settlement, but tragically, no amount of money could undo such an unnecessary and preventable death.
Yeah, I agree, Chad. Like, I mean, no matter how much money they give you, I know that it's a big number, but no matter how much money they give you, bro, it's still your mom. Your mom is dead, bro. Your mom is literally dead, bro. No matter how much money they give you, bro, it's useless.
Death.
Like, of course, he's not gonna have to work his whole life. Like, he's gonna have a good life, but his mom is dead, bro.
Water is great. Just don't drink it like it's a competition. Jimmy Heselden, death by Segway cliff dive. In 2010, British millionaire Jimmy Heselden, the owner of the Segway company, set out to test a new all-terrain version of his product on his private estate. With plenty of open land to explore, it seemed like the perfect place for a smooth ride, except for one poorly placed cliff. While navigating the terrain, Heselden somehow lost control near the edge, veered off the path, and tragically plunged 42 feet into a river below.
Holy
Rescue teams
shit.
arrived, but it was too late. The man who owned the Segway company had been defeated by the very thing he sold. This death could have been avoided by not testing a self-balancing scooter near the edge of a literal cliff, or maybe by installing guardrails or just walking.
I always wanted to drive a Segway, bro. I've never tried it. On God, I never tried it. But I think it's so cool. Now you can get like 10 million Wii, bro. Like, okay, that you're right, but his mom's still dead.
Dr. Jacqueline Katarik, suffocation in chimney. In August 2010, Dr. Jacqueline Katarik,
How?
a 49-year-old physician from California, made a decision that can only be described as bold, ill-advised, and tragically final. She was in a turbulent relationship with a man named William Moody. One evening after an argument, Moody refused to see her, so she took matters into her own hands. First, she tried to break into his house with a shovel, which, unsurprisingly, didn't work. Then, instead of calling it a night and reconsidering her approach, she climbed onto the roof, removed the chimney cover, and decided to enter Santa style. Only one problem: chimneys aren't designed for human travel. She slid in feet first, expecting to land safely inside, but she got stuck. Badly. When she didn't show up for work the next day, colleagues reported her missing.
Who the fuck goes into a chimney to steal a house? Like, if you're gonna steal a house, at least learn how to pick a lock. That is way better. Just learn how to pick a lock and pick the lock. It's way better, bro. Why would you go through the chimney? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even fit a person in there.
3 days later, a house sitter noticed a strange smell coming from the fireplace. Firefighters spent 5 hours breaking apart the chimney to reach her. She had been trapped just 2 feet above the opening. The autopsy revealed that she had suffocated due to the extreme pressure on her chest, which made it impossible for her lungs to expand. Moody later expressed deep sadness over the tragic accident, calling it a horrendously bad decision that cost her life. This entire situation could have been avoided by simply walking away, or at the very least, choosing a break-in method that didn't involve entering a narrow stone tunnel.
Yeah, bro. Like, anything would have like went through there. You didn't need to go through the chimney.
Vladimir Likonos. Death by exploding chewing gum. In December 2009,
Exploding chewing gum. What do you mean, bro?
25-year-old Vladimir Likonos, a chemistry student from Ukraine, was doing what a lot of students do: chewing gum while studying. But unlike most people, he had a habit of dipping his gum in citric acid to make it extra sour. On this particular day, Vladimir grabbed a small white powder from his desk, dipped his gum, popped it in his mouth, and started chewing. Only it wasn't citric acid. It was a highly explosive chemical compound he had been working with in his lab. Within seconds, the gum detonated inside his mouth. The blast...
But what do you mean? Why would you dip it in citric acid anyways? And why would you have both next to each other? Why would you have the fucking explosion thing and citric acid right next to each other? This is insane, bro. Like, this is just dumb. Like, this is clearly dumb, bro. Like, okay, I feel bad for the kid, but this is just dumb.
was so powerful that it blew off his jaw and lower face, killing him instantly. His parents, hearing the explosion, rushed in.
Holy shit, and the parents too? They must have been traumatized, bro, after seeing that shit.
Only to find an unspeakable scene. When police investigated, they found 2 identical containers, one with citric
That both of them were even the same, like everything? Like, at least put a label, bro, anything.
acid, the other with a volatile explosive powder. In a tragic mix-up, he had grabbed the wrong one. This accident could have been avoided by labeling things properly. It also serves as an important lesson. If you're going to eat something, make sure it's actually food. As bizarre as these stories may be, it's important to remember that these were real people, with real lives.
Yeah, Chad, they're still real people, and real people died, Chad. I feel bad for them, but, like, citric acid and explosion next to each other, bro. Like, bro, going through the chimney instead of actually breaking the window and going in. Like, some things just don't add up, you know what I'm saying?
This video isn't about making fun of them. It's a reminder of how even the smallest decisions can have deadly consequences. So let's respect the dead, learn from their mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, think twice before making any life choices that could end up in a video like this.
Let's see them comments. The fact that the lava lamp had already do not place on stove warning implies that this guy wasn't the first idiot to do that. Wait, actually, I didn't think about that.